So, Twitter is a place most mentally stable people go to talk about various important topics regarding literature, politics, and of course, cinema. Now, the topic at hand that seemed to capture most people's attention on comic book Twitter this week was the rumor, and I do mean rumor with a big R, that WB executives were open to the possibility of Ezra Miller remaining as the Flash. Now, this doesn't really surprise me that this may actually be true. As we know, even with the changing of the guard, most WB executives have and seemingly continue to display symptoms of donkey brain. A lot of them are, well, unfortunately, lacking in the mind department. A remedial bitch, if you will. But this has gotten people riled up in different ways, since in the past year, Ezra Miller's been on a rampage of committing atrocities and has built up a lot of hate from fans of the character of the Flash and general members of humanity for being a seemingly awful individual. And I say seemingly because Miller is not currently in jail for the things alleged against him. I don't want to accuse the mofo of anything that I'm not really 100% sure of, because I know I'd hate for that to happen to me if I were in that situation. But believe me, players, getting arrested in Hawaii, one of the more chill places on this earth, for fighting in bars, throwing chairs at women's heads, stealing wine with millions of dollars in the bank, and attempting to leverage my identity to get me out of an unsavory position that only I'd be responsible for putting myself in, well, all of that is at the very bottom of my to-do list. As well, since the recent revelation from James Gunn that Henry Cavill would not continue as the main Superman of his new DCU, that the role would be recast, as well as pretty much most of the roles in the DCEU, to have a truly fresh start and a chance at a cohesive and fruitful DC universe, people understandably took issue with that even being a possibility, since if Henry got recast, a pretty much universally liked casting, then Ezra should 100% be recast. Nobody wants that mofo to be in the role of a superhero anymore. I think most people felt that way even since Ezra was cast. I know I was initially a bit shaky on the castings, but in my opinion, a lot of these unprecedented castings, they seem to hit once we actually saw the actors in the movies. Even when we first got to see Ezra's Barry Allen, unfortunately, it was in the 2017 Justice League, but in 2021, with the Snyder Cut release, the Flash was easily the greatest / coolest parts of that film, or any film, okay? The mofo ran back in time. I mean, each step was pure beauty, but along with that old universe, the idea that this dude can be seen as anything heroic.
Don't have to panic.
Right, you just gotta knock
You just let me know.
Yeah.
No? Yes?
What?
Has died, okay? I don't see Ezra Miller as a hero. I see a fucking menace. While I know covering things up in Hollywood is pretty much a norm and people very easily forget a person's fuck-ups if they have enough goodwill built up for them, the thing is, Ezra Miller has repeatedly gotten into bullshit scenarios where violence was involved. So with the frequency of these occurrences, the assumption that Ezra is an asshole is pretty damn fair. All dude had to do was come out and explain what the fuck any of this bullshit was about. So apart from being a shit person, not that amazing in the role, not really similar looking to the character from the comics, being in an old universe that the majority of people didn't really enjoy, that all points to an obvious recast, right? But of course, when something is obvious, WB executives will revert to being, again, donkey-brained, inferior in the mind. I promise you, there are more people that vehemently want the Ayer cut to be released with their dying breath than there are people that would absolutely love Ezra to continue playing the Flash. WB executives are supposedly extremely confident with the Flash movie, but this honestly feels very familiar. Again, another instance of donkey brains has been displayed. The thing that has sealed the fate of DC in live action for the past 10 years is truly dumb as shit executives making, well, dog shit decisions. And that's pretty much how it's going right now. I think the saving grace is that James Gunn and Peter Safran are the heads of DC Studios. I think they have enough knowledge, especially of the general audience, to know that most people want a recast. Even if James Gunn made it, guys, even though you guys know I love James Gunn and his work, I don't care if all that goes if it means a good, consistent universe, okay? I want to see this universe be fleshed out. It can be as robust or even better than the MCU. It really, truly can. And I just want to see them thrive because it will do nothing but make everybody better. If DC DC puts out great movies, that's going to incentivize Marvel to put out bangers and not be slacking like they kind of have been for a minute. So it's best for everybody. But again, this is the issue that DC has had for a while, and this is why we're even talking about this right now, because WB executives are very dumb, and that's been the bane of DC in live action for a minute. Cast Glenn Powell, cast the dude from 1917 who was in the discussion. They would be infinitely better as Flash than fucking Ezra Miller, and it just is what it is. I don't think the movie is going to be spectacular in any way. It'll probably have some cool moments. Maybe the speed is gonna look cool. The new suit that was revealed, it looks quite damn, everything reminds me of her. But anyway, those are just my thoughts on it, guys. I think that's, pretty much what's happening. It's just WB executives being themselves, but let me know what you think. Do you think this is true? Do you think this is likely to happen? I personally don't think it is. I think James Gunn knows what's up, but we'll see about that. That's pretty much it, guys. If you like the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want, subscribe. I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.